Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to Telechazzy. I'm starting to do these with a little bit more frequency because I want to get the TV shows out there, the ones that I watch, the docuseries, everything involving Netflix and whatnot, streaming services. Today I'm going to be talking about something very interesting that I don't think a lot of people have watched because it's not everyone that does enjoy this sport, but it's called Matchday, Inside FC Barcelona, And this is a really cool docuseries, I really liked it a lot because I'm not a big fan. Actually, no, that's not fair. I am a fan of Barcelona, but I support Real Madrid, their biggest rivals, But you can't deny that over the last 10 years or so, Barcelona has been a powerhouse. They've had a lot of really amazing players. They've won many titles. They've made a lot of money, And recently they've been falling from grace a little bit, but that's a whole nother story. And now this series here takes us a few years ago. It takes place a few years ago, showing a little bit of the group dynamics of Barcelona, not just inside of the club but also outside. It showed us a lot of the players' personal lives, what they did when they weren't training and playing, and how some of them actually were friends with each other. They would go to each other's houses, and it would show a lot of the bureaucracy, a lot of the things that would happen, outside and inside the club, and there is just one season, with only one episode. Can you guys see it? Is the brightness high enough? It's only one season with 8 episodes, but it's really cool because each one takes you into a little bit of detail and shows you a little bit of what it's like to play for such a big club like this, And there are a lot of there's a lot of adversity. There's a lot of pressure, of course. There is a lot of pressure, of course, when you play for such a big club like this. And I really do think it's cool, guys, because even if you're not a fan of the sport, I wish I could show you the trailer, but copyright and stuff, but it's actually really cute though, because look at the thumbnail that they used for the trailer. Look at this. It's Messi and I think his youngest son Thiago or Mateo. I forgot his youngest son's name. But anyway, the point is that it shows us a lot of Barcelona, the structure that they go through as a club, so it shows us a lot of the bureaucracy, the financial sides, and how the club directors are always trying at their hardest to make more money and keep the club at where it is, However, we do see a lot of controversies as well, like what's happening a little bit more recently, where they're just pretty much not exactly bankrupt, but they don't have as much money to spend as they used to. They haven't been winning too many titles, and even Lionel Messi has said that he intends to leave sometime soon. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Although if it does, he could come to one of my teams. That'd be awesome. But anyway, guys, so this series takes you right into the heart of the club, And even though it only shows you the more recent years, it's actually really interesting because it shows you the whole psychological aspect of playing a football or a soccer match, Because it shows you like a club like Barcelona goes around dishing out a bunch of crushing defeats to a lot of other big teams, But sometimes even they trip and fall, And it shows you, I don't know who's calling me, but go to hell, screw you. So it shows you a lot of what it's like to be in these players' positions, trying, like the pressure, how it gets to them, like, look, we're playing for Barcelona, we have to win, we have to win, expectations are high, everybody has their eyes on us, we have to represent, the country here, Spain, and sometimes it gets to them, and there is a moment where the whole entire team can just go blank just like that, like something just doesn't click, and in a sport where there are 10 players on the field trying to connect with each other, if one thing doesn't click into place, then everything falls apart and they can lose the match. And it shows that happening a lot, man. It was so cool seeing this psychological aspect and showing the players actually like getting emotional whenever they lose a match, What I think was especially cool is when they showed the players in the locker rooms before and after the matches, because it showed them getting pumped, They're getting ready for it, and then some of them are texting or talking to their families, like Luis Suarez when he actually came to Barcelona. It showed him FaceTiming his wife and his sons, It was really, really cool. It's a very touching moment, A lot of other players doing this as well. And you can see that they were a pretty close-knit group, Some of them, like Messi and Suarez, for example, they became fast friends, when Suarez came to the club. It was really cool because it actually showed it showed Messi going to Suarez's house and bringing him some chicken so they could have a barbecue. It was really nice. Suarez has such a fancy barbecue, man. A little indoor thing where he makes the food, he makes the meat, and then the smoke goes up through the little this indoor chimney of sorts, this exhaust port. It was really awesome, and I liked it a lot, because it shows you the group dynamics. Like, these guys are athletes and they are co-workers, they're colleagues, but they are also friends, which is something that happens. Go away, you stupid bug. freaking insect flew right through my window here. But anyway, it shows you that some of these guys, my God, stop, go away, thank you, it flew out the window, it knew it was good for it. It shows you that these guys, they really do become fast friends off the field, you know, or the pitch, however you call it where you live. And because both of these players specifically speak Portuguese, because they both speak Spanish, you know, I guess that they were able to communicate much better, because even though Messi's complicated because he spent his entire career in Spain, so he does speak their Spanish, but he also, I guess he has like he still speaks Argentinian Spanish, and there is a little bit of a difference, the accents and the dialects, and Suarez is from Uruguay, so, but they were still able to communicate with each other, I'm sure, because Spanish, it is a universal language, you know, it is available in many different places, but I mean, it is still, it's different parts of the same whole, you know, so I'm sure that they were able to talk to each other very seamlessly, you know, different than Neymar, who only spoke Portuguese, but they made a really good trio. Neymar was actually absent from this documentary, if I'm not mistaken. I don't believe he showed up because it actually showed you a little bit of Barcelona. I think it was actually after Neymar left for PSG, and it showed Barcelona still trying to structure themselves. But it took you through a few different phases, you know. It also showed when Felipe Coutinho came to the club, you know. I really can't remember if Neymar was a part of it. I think it was after he left, because he didn't stick out, you know, in this documentary if he was there, but it showed Coutinho and a very, very interesting dynamics, because Coutinho was very out of place in Barcelona because he played really well in Liverpool. He was one of the best players in England, you know, and he really fit in that club, you know, in that team with the players. But there was no team chemistry when he went to Barcelona, and even less so when he was loaned to Bayern Munich, you know. It's like he only plays well at Liverpool, you know, that's just what he's used to. So there was way too much talent in Barcelona and also Bayern for him to, you know, showcase his skills, you know, which were very few and far in between. So I really don't think that Coutinho fit well there, but it showed his home dynamics. It shows a lot of players in their homes, you know, talking to their families, and you can see them cohabitating, you know. And Coutinho wasn't feeling too good because of his slow progress in Barcelona. You know, it was really nice to see those group dynamics playing out, you know, even if it was a little sad, because Coutinho is the kind of player who he wouldn't really try to talk to anyone, you know. He would go to the locker room and he would always be kind of sitting with his back turned to everyone else, you know, like he was just ignoring everyone. So he didn't really try to fit in like Neymar did, for example. So I think that he could have tried a little bit better, even though he didn't speak the language, you know. But it's not an excuse, guys. If you're an athlete playing for a team and you don't speak the language, that's not an excuse, you know. You can get a translator or a couple of them, you know. You guys can definitely communicate, even though it's more important to communicate on the field actually playing the game. Now, another thing that I also liked a lot in particular, building a little bit more on that, the whole players' personal lives outside of the sport thing. You guys know that Gerard Piqué is married to Shakira, the singer, right? And it was really cool because during certain Barcelona matches, it would show us, you know, it would show footage of Shakira at home with their kids watching the game and reacting in real time. I was like, oh my God, Shakira, what the hips down oh, waka waka. But anyway, so it showed her reacting with her children in real time, and you know, with their kids as Barcelona was either winning or losing, you know, and Piqué making a very important save, like he's a goalkeeper now, yeah, making an important defense, you know, a tackle, something like that. And it would really show a lot, you know, because we saw that this affected so much more than the players. It also affected their families, you know, because this is their livelihoods, this is their entire lives, man, you know. And these players, they make a lot of money, you know, at least when they're in a good phase, you know. So when you're playing at a high level in a club like Barcelona, you're definitely gonna be rolling in the dough, you know. Okay, let me close my window again because the damn douchebag neighbor started playing loud music again. Wait. Okay, he stopped. Okay, never mind. He probably heard me complaining about him. But anyway, so I think that it was really cool, you know. I like the way that I can describe this series, you know. Fantastic. There is no way this is on accident, man. This guy has got to be doing this on purpose. No, seriously. He has got to be doing this on purpose. Anyway, so trying to get back into it here. But anyway, so I think that it was really, really cool, you know. The way that I can describe this docu-series, cool, amazing, spectacular, fantastic. It was really, really awesome, you know. It was great, man. You know, and it gave me a much better understanding of how this sport works, you know. I have followed it for many, many years, but I've never really thought about the psychological aspect, you know, of it. Because if you're a player who has a lot of skill, you know, you can definitely play your game, you know, as much as you can. But I never really thought that maybe these guys just have having a bad day, you know? And if someone like Lionel Messi or Luis Suarez is having a bad day, then you know the whole team is gonna have a bad day, you know? Because these are the best players in Barcelona, man, for a few years, you know? And I think that when Messi is feeling down, the whole team feels down, and you can see it, you know? Messi has started to take on more of a responsible midfielder role where he's the captain now, so he's calling all the shots, you know? So he's been playing a little bit less forward, you know? So he's kind of like an offensive midfielder now, you could say, you know? So, but there's nobody around him that can actually properly, you know, help him do what he does, you know? And I think that, of course, you can't put Messi in a team and expect anyone to be on the same level as him, you know, because we're talking about one of the best players in the world these last few years, you know? So it's like, it was nice to see how it works, you know, because you can see that the sport really messes with these guys' heads. Like, there's a day when there's just a blank, like nothing clicks, nothing works, nobody can do any passes or anything, you know, nobody can score goals. It happens, guys. It's a sport, you know? These are humans. They're not robots, contrary to what we would sometimes think, you know? We think that someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, who's always in his peak physical shape, you know, he's always playing well and scoring goals. We think this guy is like a monster, a machine or something, but he's a human, you know, even he has his bad days. So, and when somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo has a bad day, then the whole team is gonna have a bad day, you know? That's what I'm saying. So this series, if you haven't watched it, I think it would be nice to, because it's gonna give you a really good idea of how this sport works, you know? Because it shows you, it takes you into the minds of the players. It shows you how it is in the locker rooms, you know, like when they lose, everyone is down and trying to cheer each other up and say, look, don't worry, there's always next time, this and that. The coach trying to give his empowering speech, you know, and before the matches, you know, everybody is pumped and in a good mood, you know, and smiling. Then at halftime, they're coming back to the locker room, they're joking with each other, they're trying to discuss things, you know. So we're talking about never before seen footage at all, ever, you know. So that's why it was really cool. Because now it's like, okay, I'm going to watch a Barcelona match knowing what happens before and after now, you know. It's really nice to see kind of like the behind the scenes, almost like the behind the scenes of a movie or a TV show, you know. So I thought it was really nice. I probably used so many different adjectives throughout this video, you know. I'm running out of things to say. Very entertaining, a perfect 10 out of 10, I would definitely say, especially if you're a fan of the sport like I am, you know. I wish they would do more of these, like maybe show us different teams, you know, in different countries. Like there was one called Sunderland Till I Die, but which is about Sunderland being relegated or delegated. I always get those two mixed up, down to the second and the third divisions, you know. And it would be nice to show like an inside Manchester United or Chelsea, you know, or I don't know, Liverpool, a really big team in England, you know. That would be really nice. So yeah, definitely recommended, you know. Even if you're not a fan of the sport, I think you might still enjoy it anyway, you know, because that's what it is, guys. Even if you don't like something, it's good to watch it just to open up your mind a little bit, you know. So try new things. But anyway, that's all I had to say about it. I'm sorry for the interruptions. I really hate these neighbors playing their loud music, you know, but the show must go on. The show must go on, even though I'm really, really hungry. I'm freaking starving. I gotta eat something after I'm done here. But that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about this. And if you happen to like this video, subscribe to my channel, because I do a lot of different kinds of content on here, not just reviewing TV shows. So if you came across just this video, know that this is not the only kind of content that I do. And hit the notification bell to know exactly when I'm gonna be uploading new videos, because sometimes I upload one, sometimes I upload two, depends on how I'm feeling that day, you know, and how much work I can get done. So that's it, guys. This is Chazzy signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.